thought I'd take this opportunity to do a quick channel update. I'm going to do some other updates. As you can see, I've got some maps and stuff. I'm kind of waiting on some map coding to get here. What it is, it's a stuff you put on the paper and makes the paper waterproof and all like that. But I'm waiting for that stuff to come in so I can show it and do maps. What you should have, everyone should have at their retreat is a good set of maps. That's an aerial map, like you see up there, for aircraft pilots, which shows some key features aren't shown on other maps, like, you know, directional radios and stuff like that, military no-fly zones, and you know, it shows some interesting stuff on those maps you won't see on a road map or a topo map. So if you got a retreat, you would have a good set of maps, and then I've got another set of maps that fold up small that you could keep in your get home bag, and that would depend on where you're getting home from. You know, you could if you had, for instance, I'm going to use an example, a 30-mile drive between your house and your retreat, you know, where you work, you know, or let's say where you work in your house. Well, in your get home bag, you would have the 7.5-minute maps of the territory between where you work and your house. And you would keep that in your get home bag. So if there was some reason the highway was closed, it shows you all the trails and everything. Even if you had to walk, it shows you the, you know, where the high tension power lines are, which are kept cleared off. It shows you the railroad tracks and everything else. So, you know, you would have that between there. And then for around your house, you would have the satellite imagery. You'd have everything that showed, you know, for like a 10-mile area around your retreat, you know, all the topos. Matter of fact, everybody at your retreat would have a copy of that in their EDC bag. They would have a 7.5-minute map that shows all the little hills and all the neighbors' houses and all the ponds and everything within that little, like, I think that 7.5 is like 3 miles square. I forgot how many miles it is, but I'll show you in the video when I get the other stuff in here. So that's it. And yeah, it's really amazing to me that people don't understand the #1 oldest prepper book. I mean, I'm studying Genesis right now, and Genesis has the flood. It has where Joseph, you know, the 7-year drought, you know, the feast and famine, and how they put up stuff in there. And Genesis is just like the prepper Bible portion of the Bible. Prepper, you know, Genesis has catastrophe and everything in that little, less than 100 pages, folks. It's less than, how many people have read books that are 200 or 300 pages? And here you got some great prepper stuff in just a little section. It shows you just how bad things can get. So, anyway, that's what I'm doing on Genesis right now, that. I know, Raccoon Hat, it's just too hot today. We're having a heat wave. Also, the rapture. You know, I hear this big fight. Oh, pre-tribulation, post-tribulation. Who cares? Does it make any difference? You know, I mean, just watch the signs going on around you, and you know, the only thing I've asked the Lord is that if you're going to rapture me in the next 15 minutes, let me go out the front door, and I'll leave the door open so the dogs can get out to the creek and everything else. You know, that's all I care about. You know, I'll just walk out the door, and you can take me right now. You know, I wouldn't really want my little dogs to die of starvation or thirst or something, being trapped in the house. You know, to eat, all they got to eat is the fat off my body. But you know, if that be it, so be it. But I have a good thing that God's going to give me a couple of 60 seconds, long enough to run out on the porch and say, "Whoo!" Here I am. Take me. So if it's, there's an old saying, you hope for the best and prepare for the worst. So, all y'all pre-tribbers, I hope it is pre-tribulation. But I think you're confusing the tribulation for the wrath of God. The seven trumpets are the wrath. And revelations aren't exactly in chronological order. It's like you got the message to the church, and then you got who's going to be sealed, and then you got the seven trumpets. And then you got some more stuff that's going to happen before the seven trumpets toward the end. You got a little bit of stuff there that's going to lead up to the seven trumpets. And the seven trumpets, what they talk about is the wrath. That's where the fire's coming down and the scorpions, locust scorpions, and all like that. They're calling that the tribulations. That's not the tribulations. That's the wrath. That's the wrath of God. Okay, the tribulations is all the crap that leads up to the trumpets. All right, so anyway, that's the way it is in my book. So, yes, we have hard times leading up before the wrath of God. Before we are, how would you say, whisked away as the bride of Christ, we will see who the beast is. We're gonna know. We're gonna know before we leave. Okay. Oh, that was him. Probably gonna be a surprise. I've listened to people right now. They're making YouTube videos. Oh, Obama's gonna do the Obama. So what if it's Obama? Who cares? Just try to stay ready to go. Keep your bag packed. Say here I am, Lord. Take me. Just give me a holler. I'll be out on the front porch waiting on you. Just come by. Come and take me away. I'll leave the door open so the little dogs don't, die a miserable death, but I'm ready to go. So pre-trib, post-trib, don't matter. Think about it this way. What about your family? If you're being whisked away and you got family members that are staying behind, the stuff that I've got around here may be for some of my family members, so they can do whatever they need to do because they're non-believers. So maybe the stuff I leave behind will be so they don't have such a miserable 7 years before the final trumpet blows. I don't know. All I know is God has told me to tell you to prepare. Now, I consider worst case scenario in this country being an EMP. It may not be. It may be the government going kaput, going nuts, which is perfectly, they could do it. I mean, we got, everything I have said on these videos. You go back over a year ago where I talked about Trayvon Martin. Everything is happening exactly as I said it would. Where's the violence at? Los Angeles, New York. Not so much in Florida. In all those stand your ground states, not as much. That's why stand your ground is one of the best laws there can be. And right now the Eric Holder and the anti-gunners they're trying to attack the stand your ground laws. You don't have no right to defend yourself. So what if there's a gang of 13-year-olds with butcher knives coming after you? You need to die. Yeah, right. The parents of the 13-year-olds should have taught them better. Face it. A 13-year-old with a Bear Grylls, what do you call one of them big old machetes coming after you? They're fair game. They're a target. So you best teach your kids not to come after you. Old grandpa might have a Glock. Might take care of you with a Glock. So don't think just because you're bigger than someone, you're gonna kick their butt. Let's see, what else should I go over on my channel? Let's see, I'm gonna do the maps. I mean, I've been overly blessed this year. I mean, I must be doing something right because I've got fruit that I'm giving away, more eggs than I can eat. Uh, I thought about killing some chickens on video. That gets all the PETA people mad. They all want to know where their chickens come from. I got a couple of old hens that are going to have to be put down. All they're really good for is dog food. So that would upset the PETA people. People think I get enjoyment out of killing the animals. No, I get enjoyment out of watching y'all city slickers up there not knowing what goes on in the world around you. You think everything is peaches, everything comes shrink wrapped. That's that's where the humor comes in. I'm laughing at y'all, not the killing of the animals. That's just something that has to be done. I video it because of the reaction I get from y'all idiots out there that don't understand how life works, life and death. You get all bent out of shape about it, unless it's in a video game. Then it's okay to kill people, run over them. What else? That's pretty much it for this update. I'm sure I'll do one later on. The e-begging thing. You know what? That thing, the link I put at the bottom of the Bible chats for the dollar, that lets me know that this video I'm doing means something to somebody out there. If you have to go through the trouble of putting $1, even though I don't get but 60 cents of it, you've gone through the trouble of doing that for that video. Means you might have got something from that video. It's just the trouble of having to go. You put in a little bit of trouble. Now, don't get me wrong. I got a computer that's wearing out. Satan could attack my computer, and I'll be gone off the air. I don't have a backup. The camera could go out. Anything. I'm on the air or on the internet by the grace of God. I mean, I could go out at any time because I have no backup for my computer system. So yeah, if I really wanted to eBay, I'd say, hey, send me a motherboard and all like that. I could do a video on building a computer. Hey, anybody want to see that? Send me parts. Yeah, I could use one that's at least a four processors, because I know I chug when I'm doing a video editing. The two core processor, it bogs it down. So yeah, I need to do at least a 4-core with a good graphics card. Let's see. I think it was Radeon or Nvidia. I'm not sure which one, but a good graphics card, and then I could relegate this old laptop as the backup. Doesn't have to be a laptop. It could be a desktop. I don't need a laptop. I've got the little, what do you call it, idiot phone for just toting around, and I'd just soon build a good desktop. And hey, I could build a prepper computer. Build it, put loops in it, and do as much as possible to protect it from static shock and stuff like that. I could, hook one of these up to it, to the power supply, run it off of 12 volts and stuff. That would be cool. But you know what? That costs enormous amounts of money. We're talking thousands of bucks. So don't look for me doing a video. Maybe nothing fancy can do a video like that. Build a computer, something. It's beyond my financial means to do that. So let's see what else. Heck, I'm already at 15 minutes sitting here jibber jabbering about the channel. So that's pretty much where it's going, y'all. If at the end of the storybook, ain't none of us gonna make it through this next the trumpet. You don't want to be here for the trumpets. If you want your family to survive up until then, put some stuff back. If you want to survive with any comfort, if you want to have your iced tea, get you some solar power and stuff like that, so you can be off grid and still have a good high efficiency chest freezer. Make you some ice. Enough for the minimal stuff. Little bits of creature comforts. Dig you a hole in the ground to sleep in, because if in the summertime or even in the wintertime, uh, you know, living underground is going to help keep you warm and cool. So there you go. Talk to you later.